Hi Gemini, and welcome to your reading. We're going to be doing an April monthly predictions reading today. Now this reading is intended for Gemini sun, moon, risings, or those who have strong Gemini placements in their astrological natal charts. If you are not a Gemini and you're here checking up or checking in on a Gemini that you're I'm getting a lot of energy already, interested in, then you are welcome to stay, aka cross-watching. Have no problem with it. Just need you to know that I'm a very honest reader. So if you see or hear something about your Gemini that you don't like, you have been warned. All right, Gemini, let's get into it, shall we? We're going to be focusing on April for you, specifically a general prediction reading. So that sounds so silly to say. Specifically a general reading. In the sense of, we're just going to see what you need to know about the month of April. I'm going to start your reading by pulling an oracle card from this beautiful deck. This oracle card will give us the overall theme that you can expect to experience in the month of April. And then we'll be pulling tarot to break down the month week by week before closing your reading with some advice. So let's get into it. We don't have a heck of a lot of time. What is going on in April for Gemini spirit? What is their main theme in April for Gemini? What is their main theme in April? Oh, we have patience. Okay. The number 16. We also had the Angel of Love come out for you. So some of you might be Taurus, Gemini cusps because that was Taurus's theme for their month. But I just want to say, with patience being here, there's something going on in April that is obviously going to test your patience. That's why that card came out. But I feel like it's more about you not reacting too soon, not being too trigger happy and just riding the situation out, not letting it get the best of you. I feel like the situation has to do with perseverance as well and not giving up. You may be trying to kind of push through a goal in April and you're so close to finishing it, to completing it, so you just need to kind of power through. I feel like more information is coming though. That's why you are being called to be patient, because you're so close but you're not quite there yet. So please don't give up. Don't see the end before it's, barely begun, and just make sure that you're ensuring this month you don't see it as, oh, I'm never going to get it, am I? Just having a little bit of patience with your situation. I'm going to pull some tarot now to break it down and get more specific messages, because I'm very curious about how this will translate throughout the month. It feels like some of you are working on like a big goal, but I feel like this has also got to do with something that you've heard about and you just waiting to hear the outcome in April. What's going on in the first week of April for Gemini, please, Spirit? What's going on in the first week of April for Gemini? The cards are doing crazy things. We have the Nine of Wands in the reverse position. This is what I was saying when I was saying don't give up, but there may be a better way to do it with the Nine of Wands. What about the second week? We have the Page of Swords, which is honestly your energy, Gemini. The Page of Swords is very Gemini-like to me. Someone who's inquisitive, curious, and who is seeking information from most of the sources available to them. You don't just go, oh, I don't trust that. You go, yep, that's cool. Information I can use later. What else do you have? Whereas a King of Swords might eliminate some of the kind of gossip. I feel like this is about gathering information. I'm going to get all your cards out and then we'll get into it properly. What's going on in the third week for Gemini? The King of Swords. I spoke too soon. Okay. The King of Swords is joining us now. What about the fourth week of April for Gemini? We have the Five of Swords in the upright. Okay. I was about to say, I'm not mad at it. I need to stop commenting because it's not about me. Okay, let's have a look at the back of your deck. A Page of Pentacles. Honestly, there seems to be a lot of people in your April. This Page of Pentacles could be that Taurus person we were talking about at the start of your reading. In fact, it is Taurus kind of season. Taurus people will be experiencing birthdays at the end of April, so maybe you're connecting with the Taurus. But I feel like that Page of Pentacles as an energy for you is talking about you being in a period of growth. And I feel like this is about you taking on experiences that can give you the skills necessary to evolve and to grow. I look at that Page of Pentacles as an apprenticeship, and you gathering information, taking on board, you know, the experience and gaining physical skills that can help you grow and be better than ever. So I really feel like the month of April for you is about growth, and I feel like it's frustrating because you want to be further ahead, but this is where patience comes into mind. I see that you are facing physical challenges and also communication challenges or some sort of written challenge. I don't know what the heck you're doing. Maybe you're studying, but you got to be very patient with the process of things and make sure you're ticking all your boxes and make sure that on your end, the paperwork is tidy, is neat, and then just let the process happen for you from there. So that's what I'm kind of feeling as a general energy. Let's get into your first week over here. I will be clarifying each of the weeks with a second deck of tarot. In the first week, we see that 9 of Wands, Gemini. And for your energy, it feels like this is about creative solutions. I see that in the first week of April, there is a feeling of respite here. Rest and recharge is the message that I'm getting. And I think that this is a time to consider the challenges you've been facing and consider alternate ways of addressing those areas of your life, because there seems to be an opportunity here to do things differently. Otherwise, you're going to burn out. So what can I do instead? How can I deal with this challenge, this adversity in a different way? It's not about giving up, but I think there's a better way of doing it. I do believe a lot of you are using that first week in April to kind of recharge in some way. The Son of Wands is saying we got to do things differently. So this card is clarifying the 9 of Wands. So I kind of feel like you're focusing on the wrong thing. Do you see what the camera's doing here? You're focusing on the wrong thing. I feel like there's passion coming in here, doing something differently, being spontaneous, being open, traveling for some of you, staying open to life's spontaneous, unexpected changes and letting those changes steer you in a new direction. For some of you, this has to do with your purpose, your sense of, you know, why am I here? What am I doing? But for others of you, it's as simple as your energy. You need to pick your energy up and get new energy into your life and recharge your energy. I feel like some of you may be feeling really depleted in that first week of April. And so it is about changing things up, spicing things up, bringing passion into your life, connecting with people who can bring about that fun, energetic vibe for you. And with the Son of Wands here, it is ultimately about doing things differently for you in April, especially when you start to feel yourself burning out, sweets. There's a better way to do it. In the second week of April, we're being shown this Page of Swords. Now, I think this Page of Swords is kind of telling us that there's an opportunity here to gather information, but I feel like it's immature information. Like, what I love about the Page of Swords is that they're curious, they're inquisitive, they're receptive, but they don't always know what to do. They don't always deal with the facts. They often deal with the gossip, with the hearsay, with the secondary sources. So it's important in that second week of April that you don't take hasty action based on something you think you know. I believe that second week of April for you is about gathering information, ticking your boxes, ensure that you're following the process, especially when it comes to your growth and embracing new ideas. I believe that is not the time to kind of solidify your plans. The second week of April for you is to really just get information and like a sponge, just absorb as much as you can. Can we clarify that second week of April for Gemini? What else do they need to know? Yeah, really don't rush, because the third week is where you lay some serious foundations. What is happening in the second week of April, please, Spirit? I see back and forth communication here through text or email for some. Yeah, we're being shown justice. So something is working in your favor here. Partnership for some of you. It could be a contract. It could be legal proceedings working in your favor in the second week. This justice card is talking about harmony and a fair outcome. So the thing about justice is that it will deliver a fair outcome for all. But this is your reading, Gemini. So I see a situation going in your favor in the second week. And this is something that may have been hanging over you. It's out of your control because you're showing up as a page, so there's not a lot that you can do about it, but you're hearing about things and you are communicating with somebody else about this. So I believe this has to do with contracts for some of you. And I think that if this is paperwork is involved in any way, the thing that you need to remember in the second week is to make sure that you've signed everything, you've dated everything, you've ticked everything. Just really make sure you've read the fine print, because sometimes with a Page of Swords energy, we make little errors, like we forget to photocopy that, or we forget to include that person in that email, or we forget to send that message and it's the night before and we forget to print that out. So just check your paperwork, make sure that you're staying up to date with anything that is of a legal or serious nature, and ensure that you're checking your emails as well, because you're communicating here, and that ultimately that situation will go in your favor in that week. But there is a haphazard nature to your communication styles, so just be aware of that. Now, and the third week is where we lay the foundations. In the third week of April, with the King of Swords here, we are entering a state of feeling more confident about our situation, about our life, about the decisions we need to make, feeling more confident about the resources we have, about the information we have, and about what we can do. So I do see you making plans here, strategizing, and also making some serious decisions. With the King of Swords, you may be dealing with a professional or working with someone, getting professional advice. I believe that that is also advice for you, sweets. If you're facing an issue here and there is a professional who could better inform you or help you, absolutely ring them up, stay connected, and get that professional advice where necessary. I see you planning something for your future here, though, with the King of Swords. Because of these two birds, it's like you're looking ahead. You're giving your situation foresight, and you're taking action with foresight, going, how can I set this up for the future? You may be booking or planning something here for the future. I always think of distance with birds too, but I see you staring ahead and trying to set something up. So what's going on here with the King of Swords? What does Gemini need to know about that? You're being called to kind of let go and to make some decisions about your lifestyle and your money. So with the Four of Pentacles reversed, I see you kind of spending money and kind of going over a budget here, blowing a budget here. So the Four of Pentacles makes me think that you're letting go of something and you're trying to ultimately expand it. But in order to do that, you need to kind of operate from a place of overspending, especially if we're talking about money. It kind of feels like, you know how you have to, like, I only have $600 this week for my paycheck. I really want to take a trip to this city. It's going to cost $500. I'll only have $100 left, but I get paid again on Tuesday. Yeah, let's just spend it. It's like that. You're taking a kind of risky sort of financial move here, but I do see you putting a lot of thought into this, planning it out, and ensuring that it's a temporary feeling of insecurity when it comes to your material world. It's like it's a risk, but it's a risk that you have decided is worth taking. The other reason that the Four of Pentacles is here reversed is that I do believe that you need to be thinking more realistically about your money. That is the big question mark if you're planning something in the future. Have you ensured that finances aren't going to kind of get thrown to the wayside? Are you operating within a realistic budget, for example? In that third week, I see you making a purchase that will throw your budget out. And I believe that you've already put thought into it, but I just want to remind you now so that you will put thought into it in that third week of April. And then over here with the Five of Swords in your fourth week, this fourth week of April will also coincide with the first week of May. I believe that you're going to be using your communication to get your point across to someone, and you're going to make sure that you're successful, but it is at the detriment of somebody else. So you're communicating with somebody here, trying to prove a point, and you're doing it in a way where it's like, it is a bit of an argument, if I'm honest. It will vary for each of you. I don't feel that you're in an argumentative state. I feel like you're in a defensive state where you're kind of trying to do the best that you can with what you've got, and even then you feel like you're pulling up short. So if somebody pushes too far or jests at your misfortune, you're going to defend yourself. So I do believe in the 4th week of April here, you are kind of having a bit of a communication conflict with somebody. Who is this spirit? What can you tell Gemini about this 5 of Swords? It feels like you are defending yourself. We have the Mother of Pentacles reversed. It could be a family member. It could be a boss with the Mother of Pentacles. It's somebody who you should have respect for, but you don't. In that situation, they are out of line. They've pushed too far, or they've said something that just wasn't helpful, necessary, and within their jurisdiction. If they're a manager, they weren't thinking of you, they were thinking of themselves, and you're calling them out on that. I think with this 5 of Swords, you're changing your communication style, and it's really surprising this person. They weren't expecting you to talk that bluntly or to be that honest with them. It's like they know this about you, but they weren't expecting you to say that. So something happens here where you're being called to speak up, and I see you being successful, but somebody else is walking away with wounds. Is there anything else they need to know about that situation in the 4th week of April for Gemini spirit? I feel like you were provoked into this. Like, I don't see you instigating problems. I see problems. Isn't this always the case? Listen, I am a massive fan of Geminis, and I feel like y'all get a bad rap because you don't seem to really start things, but you finish them. And that's what's happening here. You match their energy. Problems come to you in the 4th week, and you're like, I'm done, and I'm going to finish this once and for all. With the Sun card reversed, this person has a sentimental connection to you. Like, they have a soft spot for you. This is someone who didn't think that you would cut them like this. But it's not about them. It's about what they've done. And you're making that distinction as well. I see with the Sun reversed, it's not like something you enjoy doing, but it's something that you have to do. There's a serious edge to this, and you're thinking like, I can't sleep if I don't say this. I can't sleep at night with these thoughts. Like, I've got to say this. So interesting. I honestly think it's cathartic for you. It feels like, oh, thank God I finally got it out. And this other person's like, wow, Gemini, I didn't think you were going to say that. What the heck? So the other thing with the Sun reversed is it is going to change your dynamic with this person. I see your relationship with them changing. If they are too stubborn, too proud to admit that they're wrong, then this person is going to distance themselves, lick their wounds, and constantly feel self-conscious around you. But if they aren't too proud and they do acknowledge, hey, I was out of line, then I see your relationship strengthening because of this. But ultimately, the ball is in their court as to how they react. So let us please get some closing advice for you, Gemini. What is the advice for Gemini in the month of April, Spirit? The overall advice in the month of April. Oh my gosh, we have fertility. Fertility, the watermelon card in reverse. This card is also associated with water, Leo, and the number 29. So as advice, Gemini, you got to be very careful in April about what you do and how you use your words and your energy. I believe you're going to be cutting things off, especially with your tongue, and changing the course of your growth, especially in the 1st week of April, taking a spontaneous new direction, looking at creative solutions to the problems and challenges that you're facing, and ensuring that you are not going through burnout. You're giving yourself enough time to recharge by bringing new energy around you and recharging where necessary, resting where necessary. Fertility is saying that this is where that impatience is coming to. There's something that you're trying to grow, and you either haven't sown the seeds yet, or you need to pick out the seeds that you previously sown and consider how to re-sow new seeds. So this is really where a lot of your thinking and information gathering in the middle of April will come in handy. I do see you making the right decision, and I see that it isn't exactly in your comfort zone. It's very different. It's going to include factors that you haven't even really considered initially, but you will handle this transition well. And ultimately, it has to do with you doing what you think is best for your future. That's what you're really thinking about, your future. And ultimately, when it comes to that communication in the 4th week of April, it is about making sure that the right fruit is growing, because I see that with fertility reversed, your advice is to pull things out of the ground that are rotting and to not cling to things just because they once were watermelons. You know, don't be afraid to start fresh. Don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to change up your energy and think of yourself this month. So that's what I'm seeing for you, Gemini, when it comes to the month of April. I hope this was a helpful reading for you. I love your energy. I think you've got this month in the bag. Believe in yourself, know yourself, and stay true to yourself this month, Gemini. You may have messages in other readings. This is a general reading, so if it didn't resonate 100%, I do recommend that you check out your sun, moon, rising as a starting point, or other significant aspects of your natal chart. Otherwise, have a wonderful April, and I'll connect with you very, very soon. Bye!